In a courtroom where justice rolls down like waters. And now for my Dark Matters collection, I present to you All Rise. The shooter emptied his last 30-round magazine into the ark, shredding the Torah scrolls. The blood-spattered synagogue and 23 lifeless bodies bore witness to the carnage his AR-15 had unleashed. He made sure that no one survived his cleansing, as he called it, especially not the rabbi, who was the first to go. The SWAT team was greeted by the killer standing on the steps of the pulpit in a perverted form of surrender. His stiff right arm was raised in salute. The 88 tattooed on his palm left no doubt about his allegiance. As they cuffed him without resistance, Joseph Holden looked directly into one of their body cams and snarled, "Death to all Jews! You will not replace us! Blut und Boden!" When the Honorable Judge Noah Adams entered the courtroom, there was an audible gasp. His appearance startled everyone in attendance. His skin was smooth and paper white. Pale blue eyes were sunk deep into his sockets, and long white hair flowed down the back of his crimson robe. He was unfamiliar to all, yet there was an air about him that cast a spell of reverence, except for the defendant, who revered nothing but hatred and violence. Against the advice of counsel, Joseph Holden had refused to go to trial. He approached the bench as directed by Judge Adams. To the charge of 23 counts of murder in the first degree, all of which were biased against the victim's ethnicity and religion, how do you plead, Mr. Holden? I'm guilty as charged. Those Jew bastards got just what they deserved. It was a righteous extermination. Mr. Holden, do you understand that by pleading guilty as charged, you are surrendering your right to a trial by a jury of your peers? He clicked his heels and raised a stiff right arm in salute. Jawohl! He spun around and faced the gallery, proudly displaying the number 88 tattooed on his palm. Enough of your vile insolence, Mr. Holden. Now turn around and listen carefully. The Honorable Judge Noah Adams pointed a long white finger at the defendant as he spoke in a deep and ominous tone. I find you to be an irrevocably depraved, defiant, and hate-filled young man. A lifetime behind bars would not be punishment enough to counter the pure evil and cruelty of your actions. I take no pity on you, Mr. Holden, for the sentence I am about to issue. After a dramatic pause, the judge glared at the killer. In light of your unrepentant admission of guilt, I am sentencing you to execution by firing squad at dawn tomorrow morning. I gladly trade my life in exchange for 23 dead vermin. I will die with pride in my heart for the cause. I am not finished with you, Mr. Holden. I am about to pronounce an additional sentence, a sentence unlike anything you could imagine, a rather appropriate yet unsettling form of justice for someone like yourself. Really? What are you going to do, execute me twice? Mocked Holden. It has been said by family members that no sentence can bring back their loved ones. However, Mr. Holden, in my courtroom, that simply is not the case. I hereby decree your heinous, hate-filled acts to be undone. I bequeath full restoration to all 23 victims of your violent and murderous attack. Judge Adams looked skyward and lifted his arms to the heavens. All rise. Holden laughed. What kind of fool do you take me for? Your words can't bring that pack of sewer rats back to life. Judge Adams stood, to watch the procession. And one by one, each of Joseph Holden's 23 victims walked through the courtroom doors. The reaction from the packed courtroom was stunned silence. Family members were overwhelmed with conflicting emotions. Many wept as they tried to accept the impossible. Joseph Holden broke into a fit of rage as he strained against his handcuffs and leg shackles. His violent threats were cut short by a ball gag. Judge Adams addressed the victims. I'm directing each one of you to form the firing squad. AR-15s, fully automatic, of course. 30-round magazines, no blanks. Tomorrow at dawn. Your participation is mandatory in order to make your restoration permanent. You will be absolved of your actions and will lead a guilt-free life, unencumbered by the memory. Each of you must now make a choice, an eye for an eye, kill or be killed. Do you understand? Joel Fishman was the first victim to speak up. Your Honor, commentary teaches us that the Torah does not intend an eye for an eye to be taken literally. I cannot, in good conscience, choose vengeance over mercy. Do you understand what that means, Mr. Fishman? I think I made myself perfectly clear. I am a forgiving and merciful man. I cannot and will not participate in a court-sanctioned murder. Mercy? Did he show us one shred of mercy, Joe? He slaughtered each and every one of us, cried his wife. Think of the children. I am thinking of them. Talia, Rachel, Isaac will all have blood on their hands, Ruth. What kind of lesson will vengeance teach them? This is your last chance to comply, Mr. Fishman, Judge Adams interrupted. Joel Fishman, a man of irreproachable honor, shook his head one last time. I am so sorry, Ruth, he whispered. The judge raised his right hand as he spoke. So be it, Mr. Fishman. Your restoration will now be revoked. A blinding, ice-cold bolt of blue-white lightning flashed from the judge's hand directly into Joel Fishman. The chilled air buzzed with electricity. The Honorable Noah Adams looked down from the bench at the 22 fully restored victims who remained. He tilted his head and raised his eyebrows as if to ask, who's next? As the morning sun crested over the eastern horizon, Joseph Holden was positioned against the back wall of the courthouse. He was strapped into a heavy, high-backed metal chair. His arms, legs, and head were held fast by leather restraints. Judge Adams did not believe in hoods or blindfolds. Mr. Holden, it is time to meet your executioners. The firing squad entered the courtyard, locked and loaded. They formed a line just 15 feet from their target. When asked, the condemned killer offered his last words without a quiver in his voice. I wish you all a totally joyful day, he spat. Mr. Holden, I want you to take a good look at your former victims and know that they will be your last earthly sight. I find the irony to be so delicious. After a short pause, the judge proclaimed, let justice now roll down like waters. He gave the signal, and 18 AR-15 assault rifles fired in unison. His body writhed and lurched in a hail of bullets. When it was over, the blood-soaked ground in Joseph Holden's shredded body bore witness to the carnage unleashed by the now permanently restored shooters. Judge Noah Adams always enjoyed keeping score when his sentences were carried out. Vengeance 18, mercy 5, he smiled to himself, still undefeated. Thanks for listening.